and a heat of the Wargrave Challenge Cup, the Women's 8s, Thames Rowing Club A on the left-hand side on the Berkshire station against Thames Rowing Club B on the Buckinghamshire station. This is what you call a derby.
Very much a local derby, this one, and I can't help thinking Thames Rowing Club A are going to want to think they've really got to dominate this, and whether Thames Rowing Club B are going to try and pull something out special on the Buck station on the right of our picture, and it's got to be going for it off the start, hasn't it, Adrian? Yeah,
I mean, these girls have been training with each other all year, and they really know each other very well. The B crew is going to want to have a pop that they will have done in training. The A crew will want to cement their dominance and say we are definitely the A crew. So it's not always easy when you have these matches.
No, it's always difficult. You're going to feel nervous about it all day, and it's that nervous energy that could cause things to not go quite the way you want them to. So it's tough on these two crews, really, racing this late in the day on a Friday, because the last thing you want to do is sort of mess up to your B crew.
Yeah, totally, exactly. And here it looks like the A crew have really just moved away with a nice consistent rhythm, going out to clear water on the B crew. One thing that's been quite clear looking at, there's 11 Thames crews entered this regatta, that there's a style of rowing within the Thames crews that seems to be pervasive across all the crews. It's really impressive. Bit of steering here.
Very impressive system at Thames Rowing Club. They've had it with the men, they're now building it with the women, of course, aren't they? And yeah, lovely picture of the Henley course, 2,112 metres, absolutely straight from along there by Temple Island. And then you row upstream to the finish in Henley town. Just a beautiful shot of the course.
So a bit of a contrast is here, the A and B crew from Thames racing each other. A clear difference in boats between the two crews. Earlier we had Tideway Scullers A and B racing each other, and it was half a length. So this is far more of it's an obvious difference in boats between these two crews.
Well, and I can't help having a look here on the blade work of the 7 seats, the 7 girl in this A crew, Adrian. It looks particularly tidy to me, and I can't help noticing her name, Izzy Cassidy. I'm wondering whether you can give us any inside tips on what's going on here, 7th seat of the A crew.
Yeah, it looks like the blade work of her father, doesn't it? It's really, she's obviously learned well from her father. No, she's loved it down here. She's at university in America, and because of COVID, a lot of the students have stayed here and joined clubs in London and not studied and just got a job. It's a very different experience, and the environment down at Thames has been fantastic. These girls have had such a great time training together, and you know, they work, they've all got jobs, they come down and train 10 times a week, doing a really good job.
So Adrian, this is your daughter here rowing in the 7th seat. We see her there in the centre of that shot with the 2 plats. I think it's I'm not quite sure what you call that. It's a French plat. It looks like
corns,
2 of them.
Corns,
two of those. So tell us what's the makeup of this crew then, and that experience of being at American universities and then taking a year off.
Well, in her crew, not so many. Most of them are local girls. There was a girl in the 6th seat, Olivia Rogerson. So she's a New Zealander, and she has been. Christy Davis in the 4 seaters from New Zealand. She's been part of the New Zealand setup, and she moved over here to come travelling with her boyfriend, and then the whole world shut down, so she was like, well, I'll just crack on the erg and get on trying to do Henley.
Wow, so great additions to the crew, really, I guess, with your daughter Izzy coming in and Christy Davis there adding to this squad, and it's a very impressive looking crew.
Yeah. And Zander there, who runs the setup, the Dutch guy, and you can sort of see the similarities in the way these crews row compared to some of the Dutch crews. He's really tries to make it simple for these athletes in the way they row. He doesn't overcomplicate it, and tries to make the whole environment really competitive but fun.
Well, I think it's that fun bit. You know, when you say Dutch, I think, yeah, they scull, they row well, but they also look like they do it with smiles on their faces, and it's almost sort of quite an athlete-centric kind of a programme.
Yeah, and it's ironic they're rowing with Pauline Rayner, and she's one of the great old stalwarts of the club. She's actually, this is her boat actually, and the girls are rowing this boat for her, and she's here today watching the crews race, which is absolutely fabulous. And here as we're coming down, the last few strokes of the heat of the Wargrave Challenge Cup, the Women's Club 8s, a win for Thames Rowing Club A against their teammates, Thames Rowing Club B. All the way to the line, rowing in the alley knolls, crossing the line, Thames Rowing Club B. Good race for the club.